Hey guys, Vance here. So last time we looked at Chinese electric performance cars. Flashy, fast, clever engineering, and maybe slightly optimistic about reliability. Very impressive. Dakar, on the other hand, is a reality check for any optimism. Because while an EV might look brilliant on a track or a straight line, Dakar doesn't care about peak numbers of dashboards. It cares about endurance, reliability, and the kind of patience only sand can teach. All the tech in the world won't save you when a suspension arm quietly resigns, your navigation is off by 500 meters, and your energy reserves start negotiating with your sense of self preservation. This is why Dakar has humility baked into it. You don't throw technology at it, you negotiate, and reality never signs a warranty. If you thought your EV dashboard was impressive, try convincing 8,000 kilometers of desert to cooperate. People will still do it anyway, mostly because courage is free and sand is patient. Which brings us to why Dakar exists, why it moved to Saudi Arabia, and why Toyota, Audi, Defender, and KAMAZ have all learned to speak desert. Dakar began in 1979, a time when motorsport ideas were allowed to be insane out loud. The Paris-Dakar route wasn't chosen for elegance. It was chosen for vastness, difficulty, and poor navigability. Early competitors weren't chasing fame. They were chasing fuel stops, maps that may or may not exist, and vague hope that tomorrow will be easy. It usually wasn't. Navigation's errors weren't moments, they were entire afternoons, and the unfairness wasn't a bug. It was the operating system. Dakar never promised fairness, it promised consequences. That makes it an excellent teacher, terrible friend, and very consistent opponent. There is a romantic idea that Dakar lost its soul when it left Africa. That's nostalgia, not analysis. Dakar doesn't belong to a continent, it belongs to scale. Saudi Arabia offers terrain that punishes confidence politely, then aggressively, distances long enough to stretch judgment, dunes that whisper and sometimes bite. The desert doesn't scream, it whispers, and Dakar has learned the most effective way to humble humans is to let them think they are fine first. Most races test performance. Dakar tests restraint. It asks, how long can you make the right decisions under fatigue? How long can you resist the temptation to go fast when slow is safer? Winning a stage can be a strategic mistake. Losing time carefully can be genius. Small mistakes compound slowly. Confidence leaks fast. Then time, then parts. If you thought your EV broke down under warranty issues, try sand, heat, and 2 weeks of stubborn physics. Then there's the machines, built to outlast, not impress. The T1 Plus cars look fast, but speed is secondary. Suspension, durability, and serviceability matter more. Toyota doesn't race Dakar to impress, it races Dakar to survive, repeatedly over thousands of kilometers. Dakar rewards competence, repeated thousands of times. Brilliance gets tested and often politely reminded who's in charge. Audi's Dakar project was fascinating. Modernity meets reality. Hybrid power, torque vectoring, clever systems. They asked, what if we bring cutting edge tech into a place that hates complexity? Dakar responded politely but firmly. Sometimes the cars worked beautifully. Sometimes the desert reminded them that sophistication doesn't override gravity or fatigue. The Defender is a story about image meeting reality, heritage, adventure marketing, impressive on paper. In Dakar, heritage is only as good as suspension travel. Durability isn't a vibe, it's a requirement. Branding survives only if it learns to negotiate with sand. Then there is KAMAZ. These tracks are arguments against intuition, enormous, fast, mechanically stressed beyond reason. Watching one move feels like physics finally saying, fine, we'll bend, but only because we are tired of explaining ourselves. KAMA's dominance comes from experience, simplicity, and institutional knowledge. They are not flashy, they're inevitable. Cars argue with engineering, bikes argue with the rider. Personality meets terrain. No co-driver, no shared responsibility, just human, machine, and terrain. Every navigation error costs energy. Energy in Dakar is not renewable. Winners are calm, measured, and methodical. Dakar doesn't reward dramatic personalities. It rewards quiet restraint. Then there's the privateers. Privateers are the soul of Dakar. People funding themselves, people aiming to finish, not necessarily win. Dakar was built for them. Finish and you've earned something no algorithm can inflate. Fail and Dakar does not mock. It continues, much like reality. I've said before that Safari Rally is the toughest rally in the world, and I still stand by that, depending on what you mean by tough. Safari is tough because it's fast, violent, and unpredictable. Mistakes are punished immediately. Dakar is tough because it waits. Safari breaks cars loudly. Dakar wears them down quietly. One is chaos in short bursts, the other is pressure stretched over 2 weeks. Different terrain, different psychology, same respect. Tough is not a single measurement. It depends on how you prefer your suffering delivered. Dakar matters because it resists optimization. You can't spreadsheet your way out of sand. You can't negotiate with fatigue. You can't argue with reality. The desert has no customer support, no warranty, no interest in how confident you felt yesterday. Dakar is not about speed. It's about agreeing with reality long enough to survive. Dakar isn't about who's fastest. It's about who argues least with reality. And reality out there usually wins. That's the Dakar Rally. Hit like if you enjoyed the video.